Hey guys, so welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. We're having a heck of a time in this class trial right now. Genocide Jill has just revealed herself in Toko's body. It's her split personality, and right now Byakuya is ready to point all fingers at her. And I'm not so convinced myself. Let's carry on with this trial. Here we go.
That does make some amount of sense.
Right, we just explained why she couldn't have killed Chihiro because she wouldn't use her signature method, because that just makes it obvious that she's the killer, right?
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Did she bring it with her?
Da 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 da!
Oh my god. This is so crazy.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side?
Guess she brought some luggage after all.
Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore! Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
Well, she's not innocent. She's just innocent in this particular crime.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Anyone who had access to the archive room would know.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. I'm on to you. Look at the nervous he's looking now.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but kind of need more proof, though. He's silent.
Then, the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
He's too cool about this. What's going on?
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now,
He led me on a wild goose chase all around the school.
the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
But we didn't know it was Chihiro who had died.
on the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about
We
it?
didn't know who the victim was until we got inside.
Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Oh boy. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added. Another one. Okay. Here we go. Next we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. When's the best time to flash back? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay, cool. Oh man, there's so many new elements coming in. Okay, so now we can use other weak spots as truth bullets, and Monokuma file number 2 is not going to help us in this case.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird.
So, hang on, let me just make sure I get this locked down before I accidentally shoot something. If you target a weak spot, then hold down the lift. I have to hold it down, I can't shoot it itself. Right, okay, cool.
But he was acting weird. How?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
could be
room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay. Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realize there's a clear contradiction here. Because it doesn't make sense how he could have known before we'd even found it. Okay, I need to make that contradiction clear.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
No, wrong. I've jumped the gun. Seriously. Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that. Makes me think something weird is going on.
Shoot!
I need to think about it one more time. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Sorry.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of... But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural...
the victim was so of course
Oh,
I would. There
I'm
was
doing it
no
the wrong way
time.
around.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity,
That's a natural
The victim was Chihiro.
Yeah, how did
No,
you know it
it's
was her
wrong.
before we even found the body?
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit.
Damn it, he's just too calm.
Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
The conspiracy theorist in me just wants to say, well, he's just playing a very good game. Swack, come on.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him. Exactly. What's going on?
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Oh, man.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
Man, why are you all gotta be so cryptic? The differences between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Oh, I can't think of it right now. I need some time. The library disc lamp.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Bullshit.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Okay, can I use the little lamp on this one, or do I need to memorize a phrase? The proof that Byakuya did it is hidden within the rope. I guess it's possible, but first, the item she had been bound with was used like rope. But was it actually rope? No, it wasn't. Byakuya didn't use rope. He used a very specific object.
What? The difference between the case? You want me to explain? When I want to kill, I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope.
That's right!
Then there must be
I don't know, do I fire the
Hey,
lamp here?
Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No!
Obviously, somebody
Damn it.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Okay. I'm ready to counter that. I just got blocked
The
off.
difference? You want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same. But Chihiro, it was some
Come
kind
on.
That's right! It absolutely was!
Just give me a clear
There's
shot.
something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Gotcha.
No, that's wrong.
Come on, dude. You're better than this.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you?
Sure has.
And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time
Was missing.
went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
It's just too easy. What's going on?
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
Well, if you say it like that, it sounds dumb, obviously.
Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait. Not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Makoto must know something I don't.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
He would be, and this is the best time to do it when there's so many people still left in the game, but now he's gaslighting me.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
There's quite a lot of things we still haven't ironed out.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath.
Curse you, Byakuya!
What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Here it comes. Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No. I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
Someone did mention that Chihiro is very light. I think it was Sakura.
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
So confident.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh, he's nervous now.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
It doesn't matter what kind of feedback I give you regarding this case, Byakuya. You're dead if you get caught. Hey, Byakuya, Did I just take you off guard? Exactly. When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. Oh, great.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms. And there was two things. The posters.
I got it!
And the
The
mats.
proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Please put the scissors away during the class trial, Genocide Jill. Thank you very much.
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
They were definitely switched.
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
Yes.
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No. It's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. This way.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then,
They went to some effort
does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
to hide where she was killed.
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
Now the next question is, why was Chihiro in the boys' locker room? How did she get in there? She must have stolen one of those in the mail. Or, I don't know.
What?
We'll figure it out when we get there, I guess.
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body.
Maybe she wanted to train with the boys since she was shy of the girls.
By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
So we'd assume that the killer was a girl, maybe?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Exactly. Ugh.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device.
I mean, she was a programmer.
But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room.
Her being a programmer is probably a bit of a stretch, though. I don't know.
She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
Nah, Hiro knows about those spare
I
handbooks.
highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Oh, he's actually contributing. Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? We know how. The broken e-handbook?
Is it really possible?
Right, of course.
Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook.
Oh,
She
That
was
was my first
the
thought.
ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
but the question is, theoretically, if Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room. But when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there was no doubt that it was broken. In which case, can we really say that she used it? I guess that's where the broken thing comes in, right? The only one that was there, the only one that was a male's, is supposedly broken. It seems to work, so I'd assume that the broken handbook is Leon's, and when Monokuma claims it's very unlikely that Leon's handbook would have been broken.
Is it really possible?
How do I do this? Is this something
Could
I need to
Chihiro
memorize?
really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure
Is
that
it
would have
worth
been no
memorizing that?
problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Okay, well, there's only 2 weak spots, right? Theoretically. If Chihiro was able to use Leon's handbook, she could get into the boys' locker room, but when we found Leon's handbook in the main hall, there was no doubt it was. In which case, can we really say that she used it?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys'
get rid of
locker
this.
room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have been...
No, I don't think she used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
Gotcha. Could she really have used it if it's
No,
broken?
I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Or so we think it is, right?
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Not quite.
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Look at him just chilling there on his little throne.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
I think Monokuma would have known about that possibility.
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
And you had planned for that kind of contingency.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook,
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
Damn it, how did she get into the boys' locker room?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for byakuya.
What are we voting on now? What? Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do. What about... No. Was that the same night? When they were in the sauna? Did she steal it while they were in the sauna? Is that where her bag is?
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right
I
track.
can't remember if that's the same night.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Ah, damn it, it's been so long. Okay, never mind. Let's park that for now. Let's carry on.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So,
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
what?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Stealing a handbook, maybe?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
We can take a break?
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
She's a good negotiator.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let's go. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We hit it off, with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... Oh, the gym. Damn, I thought we were going to the baths. Son of a bitch.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
One more time. You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
We need to know the truth, guys. I know it's creepy and I know it sucks that we have to do this to a dead person.
Very
We need to know the truth.
I'll do it.
Thank you, Sakura.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Anyone can do it, my god.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Alright, tell us what you find.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
Please go back to normal, Toko, please.
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Why can't Kyogo just tell us?
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
She has a secret tattoo somewhere? Holy shit.
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
She's about to go Super Saiyan on us. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
A guy.
Is what?
a boy!
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
Where did that come from? What the heck?
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
That's why her handbook's missing. Because if we got it, we'd know that her designation would be male.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro's
Chihiro was
a boy? A guy?
guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Shut up, you.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Oh, and then that flips it back to genocide Jill. She could possibly have killed her. Because it's actually a guy. Even though the scissors weren't in use, but still.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Oh my god.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting.
I suppose we wouldn't have believed her.
Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Ah, what does this all mean? What's going on? I don't understand.
Danganronpa.